Guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. But your kids are gonna love it.
2 weeks later. Time seemed to fly after prom, honestly. Probably the stress of finals, and graduation rehearsals, and graduation itself. I nearly gouged out my eardrums having to sit up through Naomi's speech. Of course, the bubblegum blockhead was a valedictorian. Her speech, as rehearsed as it was, still sounded like we were at a funeral. Even now, I still think she's still seething from prom night. Or maybe it's the photo of her face that's constantly circulating to a certain Albanian card trading chat room. Infinitely better than any reaction I could have made. I'm just imagining somebody photoshopping it with the little light effect on Photoshop. and the red effect. About a week after, Fang came to me with the news that Trish got the idea for a celebration, and Nazer was organizing it. Nazer organizing any party meant that he'd make sure nobody had any real fun, so Fang convinced him to split up the work between the rest of us. It was Fang's job to get the pizza. The broke fuck that I am was put in charge of the fire and finding a good pit for it. You people are good at making fires, right, Annan? I wonder if I can sue him for hate speech. That's that. The party is at St. Hammond Beach, which is just below the cliffs that makes the town's namesake. The sun is already set when we get there, the starry sky illuminating the whole place in a pale blue. I got to the site a bit earlier and got to set up an impressive fire pit with meticulously set stones surrounding it and logs set in an ideal tower for an overnight blaze. Everything is ready, so where is everyone else? We agreed to meet at 7, right? Right as I reach into my pocket for my phone, a van chugs onto the sand from the distance. It stops right in front of me and Trish flies out the side door, gasping for breath. You look like you just got choked out by spears. The weak should fear the strong. She just points back to the van. The driver's doors opens, letting out a gust of smoke from within. Reed emerges from the cloud as if nothing's wrong. Reed? Your car. What? Oh yeah, you like it? It's an electric. Trish collapses in the sand. Before I can check if she's still breathing, a stereotypical mariachi car horn catches my attention. I swing around and catch Stella and Rosa exiting a hot pink Prius, each with a pair of phone speakers in their hands. Waving to them, my focus returns to Reed now, helping Trish off the ground. Diverting my attention back to my masterpiece of a fire pit, the realization slowly dawns on me that I have nothing to start the fire with. Need a light, amigo? Before I can respond, he reaches into his pocket and fishes out a lighter, which is promptly tossed my way. Catching it out of the air, I only briefly catch the words "fuck communism" engraved in its side when I hear yet another car approaching. Recognizing it by sound alone, I see the Nays car glide to a halt next to Rosa's car. That name still might be dumb as hell, but I gotta admit, it's growing on me. Fang emerges from the back seat and waves at me. She hunches into the car to get out the pizza boxes and starts striding towards us. Now the gang's really all here. Come on, babe, please. You know she didn't do it on purpose. Naomi erupts from the car in a frothing rage, her shirt noticeably stained an orange red. I wish I did. Oh yeah, the top box on top is a bit messed up. Long story. How on earth did you throw a pizza on me from the back seat and get it back in the box? Nazer bro, you were driving the whole time, correct? Yeah, why? Just a feeling. This stuff has been happening ever since that picture of me was posted online. Relax, babe. It's the start of summer. Summertime, summertime. Here, take my jacket. Nazer starts sliding the jacket off his backhand. What the? What is this non-equivalence bullshit I see before me? Why is there a second jacket below the first? Reed taps my back and pulls my eyes away from the spatial anomaly. Hurry up and start the fire, man. I got the booze already. Once the bonfire was set ablaze, Stella and Trish started setting up the speakers around in a radius. Are you sure these will be loud enough? There are only a few dollars at the supermarket. Oh yeah, those will be louder than the carp this time. Why would coffee be louder than stereo? Anyways, Reed drops the ice chest he was holding in the sand. Went all in, man. Got the name brands and everything. I'm surprised you got Nazer to let you bring this stuff. Nazer returns to the rest of the group, wearing his jacket again. Got me to agree to what? About that. You brought alcohol? I mean, I usually just call it liquor, but sure. Darn it, Reed. We're all underage. You know, even if I were to agree, Naomi would pitch a fit. Dude, we all just graduated. If now isn't the time to live a little, then when? Nazer hesitates. Besides, I did think of you and Naomi. Huh? Yeah, I got a special brand just for the two of you. Great beginner stuff. Whatever. I'll try to keep Naomi from calling the police. Fine. You're a real bro, man. If everyone's ready, then let's get started. Soon enough, the pizza and booze are passed out, and we're all sitting in the sand around the blazing fire, and the weekly top 40 list playing on the speakers. Everyone is conversating amongst themselves. We're totally in. Come on, you look great in it. Got them Yeezys. What did that say? Noku? Says Noku or some shit. Wait. Maksu? I don't fucking know. No fucking way that's fucking real. Beach Maid? Have you been sneaking Reed's stash again? Beach Maid? And another thing. Your song wasn't even that good. Why was it us who gets the short end of the stick? I mean, I liked it. You said that a dozen times already. You know, I'm something of a gardener myself. Oh, really? You should have joined the gardening club back at school. We had the loveliest little poppy bed. Poppies, you say? The coincidences keep piling up, don't they? And the robots are powered by their blood. Super cool, right? Alright, Stella was talking to me. Forgot why I was zoning out for a bit. Sure, yeah. Great, I'll get my copy and we can watch it at your place sometime. Oh, bring Fang too. She'd love this movie too. Did I just agree to something? Oh, enough about Escaflowne. I want to show you something neat. She brings a small box from her front pocket. I got a new set of tarot cards. You want to be the first to use them? I don't see why not. Stella shifts to a crisscross position and fans out all the cards for me to pick from. I pull one out and turn it over. For lovers, the illustration depicts a human and pterosaur in a brace. I raise an eyebrow at Stella. What's that look for? Oh, come on. Oh, you know, the heart of the cards and all that. Go ahead and keep that one. I sigh and tuck the card into my jacket pocket. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Stella's not so innocent smile tells me that all I need to know. I think it's so cute. Rosa and Reed apparently finished their botanical conversation and were listening in on Stella's entire fortune. Oh, do me next, man. Maybe later, Reed. Reed deflates a bit, and my attention returns to the inebriated couple behind him. What did you even give Nazar to get him that wasted? Reed glances behind him before throwing his head back in laughter. Little party trick, bro. He grabs one of Nazar's empty cans and tosses it in my lap. Holding it up to the light, I barely make out the words non-alcoholic written in microscopic font. So you mean they're totally sober, dude? It's my turn to laugh at the pair, making fools of themselves, when Fang suddenly gets up and starts walking towards the parked cars. Got something I want to do. Be right back. I give her a smile and turn back to Reed. We can still mess with them, man. Watch this. Hey, Nazar, what's your plan now that you're, out of alcohol? The two virgin drunks turn their attention to us. Nazar clearly deep in thought. Oh, man, I'm gonna be a neurosurgeon. My bad boy's so smart. Gross. I lean towards Reed and lower my voice. Should we tell him? Nah, dude. Naomi's having fun for the first time ever. So tomorrow then? Definitely tomorrow, bro. Reed lets out a sigh and turns back towards me. So, for real though, what are you gonna do now that school's over, man? I don't fucking know. Oh, college. Well, Spears convinced me to send out a couple application letters for college. I'm thinking of doing something with music, maybe becoming a sound engineer. Oh, nice, dude. You can be the band's sound technician when you're done. Yeah, something like that. What about you? Me, go with the flow, dude. Just like the dinos of old. Gotta get in sync with the universe first, you know? Right, what about, I'm gonna get my cosmetologist's license and open my own horn salon. The miniature Triceratops bursts out from the other side of the bonfire, catching me off guard. We'll do hair and horns and piercings and, engravings too. Fang even said that I'd be your first customer. I've told you a million times by now. Fang returns from wherever it is she went, now carrying an object in her hands. The flickering light of the bonfire is enough to illuminate the cover of the school's yearbook she's holding. Without a word, she walks in front of us, conspicuously carrying the yearbook right towards. You're not going to burn your yearbook, are you? That thing was like 80 bucks. No? How drunk are you, you dork? That's many. I hold up 3 fingers. Why is it suddenly 9? What the fuck? I'm gonna need some more beer to fix this little problem. God, Annan, I was thinking we could all, I don't know, sign it. I saw a lot of others doing that. Ah, I always thought it was a silly tradition. I think back to all the yearbooks I have back at home, and how they're all blank inside the cover. Totally just a silly tradition. Why else would I even have one of these things? Your mom, aside from my mom? Me first, me first. Trish is already fumbling through her hoodie pocket for some writing implement. Yes, I would love to, Fang. Ooh, I know exactly what to write. First, let me do a palm reading. I'll sign it too. Ooh. The yearbook makes its way around the fire, each of us leaving some meaningful message on its inside covers. I'm the last to receive the book, and I look at what each of our friends wrote. You'll always be my best friend, no matter what happens, Lucy. Lucy. Nah, Fang will always be Fang to me. Stay Frosty. Wow, we even drew King Rex, complete with fire breathing. Even the most wilted flower flourishes under God's light. I think reading that one counts for my next few church visits. Amen, Raptor Jesus. The future is something that you build by yourself. So close to kneecapping her with this book. Fucking Sailor Moon. I would like to see these characters in Sailor Moon outfits too. Just putting that out there. I can't decipher either Nazer or Naomi's. Nazer's looks like a bunch of chicken scratched scribbles, while Naomi looks like her chickens went to college and got a doctorate. Annan, hello. You've been staring at the page for the past 5 minutes. Right, just thinking of what to put. Okay, Annan, something meaningful. Something that'll remind Fang of you every time she reads it. What will you write? How about that? Perfect. I hand the yearbook to Fang. She skims the page and then shakes her head. Really, Annan? You're such a dweeb. It was very fitting, if you ask me. As the night draws on and the temperature falls, we move closer to the fire. My fingers find themselves interlocked with Fang's, and her wing drapes over my shoulder as a natural blanket. I can't help but smile as we slowly drift off to sleep around the campfire. I can regret the hangover tomorrow. Right now, I just want to enjoy the night with my friends. Six months later. After prom night and graduation life slowed down, I've been accepted to a college a few states away for a degree in sound engineering. No worries about school except for the lunch card I still had to pay back. Mo has been kind enough to give me a summer job to help with that. Though I don't think I can talk about some of the things I've seen. I'll never be able to look at Marinara the same way. But pasta-based trauma aside, it's now the day after Christmas. I'm sitting in my bed, looking through one of my favorite presents. Oh, look at her. Oh. Fang's mom was right. I am happy about all these photos. As I look through the scrapbooks spread across my lap, I can't help but reminisce about the best year of my life. I have to contain my laugh, but Fang looks ridiculously cute, curled up beside me in my bed. Curled up around my pillow, suckling on her thumb. I go back to the scrapbook, enjoying the memories I've shared with my friends. And to think I wanted to stay a loner when I first got here. I'm up. I'm up. The loud noise of Trish's present makes Fang bolt upright. Ooh. And sends me tumbling onto Ray's present. The new Metal Gear Rainbow Mark II bumps against my face, turns, and continues eating the crumbs off my carpet. Even from the floor, I can say that both were really thoughtful gifts. Reed was right. The carpet really helped to tie the room together. And you here? On the floor? Fang's face appears over the edge of my bed. Why are you on the floor? Yoga. Right. I sit up from the floor and shiver. Volcano Bluffs may not get snow, but the cold air in the ocean definitely make the town cold as shit. I crawl back home to my bed and try to find my spot that I warmed. Fang, you stole my warm spot. In fact, she'd taken up the entire bed. Her wings are spread wide and all of my blanket has been piled over her. Fine. Come on, you're gonna let your boyfriend freeze. Yes. Yes. That's just cold of you. She groans at my pun, but she does something. I don't know what the fuck. Holding open the blanket and shuffling over. Hurry up, you're letting the warmth escape. I slide into the blanket next to her, my arms automatically wrapping around Fang's waist and drawing her against my chest. Her beak rubs against me as she hums. Ah, yes, cuddles. The best way to spend a cold day. Damn right. I chuckle and reach for the scrapbook. You looking at that again? Yeah. Her face glows a soft pink in embarrassment. Oh, someone's embarrassed. And someone's about to be on the floor again. I think Mark II would like some company, like the company. You're always so grouchy in the morning. I laugh even as her elbow digs into my chest. Fang crawls on top of me and puts all of her weight down on my lungs. I only laugh more. Not like Fang can do what a staircase could. You would be surprised. Stop, cuddles now, scrapbook later. Alright, cuddles it is. She squeals when I roll us onto our side, bringing us face to face. I can feel my own face glow as warm as hers, but I also have the same smile as her too. I place a chest kiss on the end of her snoot, eliciting some giggles from Fang. What did I say about that? About what? Kissing that? Gonna need to be more specific, Kissing my nose. Oh, you mean this? I kiss her snoot again. Stop messing with the snoot. I chuckle again. Fuck! I made you say it. Fucking insufferable. I kiss the snoot one final time and get another elbow as my reward. Insufferable. I snatch the scrapbook at last. Fang groans and hides her face in my chest. Why do you like that thing so much? Because your mom was right. Fang groans again. Come on, there's something embarrassing. There's some embarrassing pics of me in here too. Like you making out with an anime girl again. Okay, not that embarrassing. I turn onto my back and Fang adjusts herself to lean onto my shoulder. The rest of our morning is spent cuddled in my bed, going through the scrapbook together. When lunchtime rolls around, I have to face a reality and make something to eat. Especially since no restaurant in the city will deliver to this neighborhood. Alas, I must leave the warmth of the bed to make lunch. This is gonna suck. Where the thing? I'd rather just carry the blankie around. Mine. I reach under the bed to retrieve the bag I tried hiding, and I pulled out the jacket from within. Two expertly stitched gorilla heads stare back at me, with the text "Monkey for Life" embroidered in gold thread. I still don't know if Nazar is racist or if he really is just that clueless. This is great. It looks freaking fantastic. I don't know why you don't want to wear it. And you don't see anything wrong with this. Nope. You realize last month was Homo History Month, right? What's that have to do with an ugly jacket? I'll soothe them later. Alright, here I go. I zip the abomination on and step out of bed, the wall of cold stinging my toes. Carbonara sound good? Why do you make it so weird? Most people just use tomato sauce. Oi, atame! Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to know the answers to. I crack 4 eggs, separating the yolk from the whites and saving them in a Tupperware for later. Maybe a simple custard pudding for dessert later. I grab some bacon, cheese, and milk from the fridge, grating a healthy handful of cheese into the yolks and mixing with a splash of milk before dicing the bacon. Boiling some water in the kettle to save time, I measure out the appropriate amount of spaghetti and toss it into the pot with the water and some salt before grabbing a pan and setting it on the stove. Stop acting like you're on the cooking channel, Annan. Gordon would be proud. Cheese nice and melted. Nice and hot. I start frying the bacon and render out the fat before adding in some pre-chopped garlic, sauteing until it's fragrant. When the bacon turns crispy, just in time for the spaghetti to finish cooking, I remove the pan from the heat while throwing in some of the pasta water to bring down the temperature. The final step was to add the yolks, cheese and milk to the bacon, and garlic with some more pasta water and toss it with the spaghetti until it all came together as a creamy, salty, and delicious lunch. All in less than 10 minutes. It's all ready. All right, Rainbow, nap time. Move to the rug so we can eat. Fang grumbles and starts shifting in the bed, so I turn my attention to making the plates. I grab a few sodas from the fridge and place everything on the new rug for an indoor picnic setup. Fangs moved from being wrapped up on the bed to being wrapped up on the rug, laying on her stomach. Oh, yeah, laying on her stomach. her feet wagging back and forth in a pair of plush green dino slippers. Better hurry. In this weather, this'll get cold in minutes. Then again, the computer's right there. I could always try running the Snoot coin miner. Jesus. That sounds like it'll only work once. True. We both start eating the pasta. While I take the classic approach of just slurping the noodles, Fang has a harder time and resorts to just twisting the fork around and eating a whole clump at once. You plan on enjoying any? Good. It's like the cheese. Why, thank you. Eventually, the lunch is reduced to greasy plates and crushed soda cans. Fang moves her trash aside and rests in her arms. I just remembered. I have something else for you. Another Christmas present? You'll see. I take my phone from my pocket and lay it face up on the carpet. Your phone? Hold on. From under my bed, Rainbow Mark 1 hums to life and instinctively makes a beeline for the phone. Thanks, Xavier. I appreciate it. It struggles a bit due to the small package strapped around it like it's a pack mule. Fang has to raise her arm after it bumps into her and to let it pass. It reaches my phone and starts happily scraping the dust from it. Impressive. You get Reed to make it do that for you? Maybe. However, that's not what I wanted to show you. I remove the small package from the robot and hand it to Fang. Go ahead. She examines the box carefully before removing the paper packaging. Sliding the box open reveals an amber pendant on a silver chain. I take the necklace from the box and hold it up for both of us to inspect. As the amber dangles in the air, it catches the light from the outside and glows the same brilliant orange as her eyes. And it's beautiful. Here. I take the pendant from her hands and hold it open to put around Fang's neck. She holds her hair up for my hands to reach across. I try to fumble with the clasp. It's a bit tricky with the wings getting in the way. The tip of her beak is mere centimeters from my face. There. Fang lets her hair down again and holds up the pendant. Thank you, Annan. The moment I saw it, I knew it would have been the perfect present. Speaking of presents, she gestures her snout to the ukulele to resting against the corner of the room. You gonna try playing that? I could, yeah. Do that song I taught you. I happily oblige and rip off the bow still wrapped around the small instrument. I'm not singing for you, you know that, right? Fang giggles as I begin plucking away at the tiny little strings, producing a very familiar melody. She starts thumbing her new pendant absent-mindedly. My shrill rendition more resembled that first time Fang played it on the rooftop than her energetic performance at prom. Despite my occasional fumbling, it still possesses that same nostalgic tone it always had. When Fang begins humming along, I soon find myself joining in to make the song sound complete. I wish moments like these could last forever. But just like the music in the air, they always do, and before long, we reach the end of the song. A comfortable silence fills the room after the notes fade. I love that song. I hope so. You wrote it after all. Yeah, but you know Her thought is interrupted by a knock at the door. You expecting company? I give her a puzzled look in return before getting up and heading to the door. My momentary fear of it being a potential addict or murderer are quelled upon opening the door, revealing... Principal Spears, what are you doing here? Our ex-principal is squeezed into the narrow hallway, holding a delicately wrapped gift in his hands. And I trust you had a good Christmas? Normally I wouldn't visit a former student like this, but I intend on making light of my offer during the school year. He extends the gift towards me, and I cautiously accept, beginning to open the wrapping paper. Inside the gift, is a box set of some anime I've never heard of before. Rurouni Kenshin. As I said, I am always open to giving some quality anime suggestions. I think you'll find this quite enjoyable. Thank you, Principal Spears. Spears gives a fatherly smile, and I shake his hand. I hope you and Fang enjoy the rest of your holidays. Thanks, yeah. I've had fun exchanging gifts with my friends. I can see you're wearing a new jacket now. He stares with a certain thinly veiled disgust creeping on his face. What the fuck? What the fuck? And I get that we live in a post-racial world and all, but come on, have a little pride in yourself. Fang struggles to keep her laughter in behind me. No, it's cool, Mr. Spears. I'm taking Monkey back. If you say so. At any rate, I shouldn't keep you too long. You sure? I have some leftover lunch if you want to stick around a bit. I really appreciate the offer, but I have my own plans for lunch with my family. Alright, thanks again for stopping by. Had to do it at least once before you leave next month. Be seeing you, Fang. Fang throws a hand wave back at him. Spears clambers out the door and shuts it behind him, leaving just Fang and I in the room again. That's right, you're leaving next month. Fang curls up in the blanket. Yeah. I sit next to her on the ground and wrap an arm around her shoulder. Do you really have to go? Can't you just go to community college here in the city? You've seen the acceptance letter, Fang. I got a scholarship to stay there for a fraction at the cost. I can't just pass that up. The 5 years. You got plans of your own, don't you? Yeah, so, we're still gonna talk. Obviously. But Fang takes a deep breath. I'm not doing a distant relationship. Oh. Oh, wow. Is this a breakup? Because, ow, my fucking heart. Fang shakes... Shit. Fang shakes her head from side to side slowly. Thank fuck. I don't want to break up, Annan. But I was thinking... You've been helping me ever since you got here. Yeah, and you helped me too. I know. But you're leaving for college. So, I want to do some thinking. More thinking. That's new for you. The plastic plate bounces off my head harmlessly. Ass. Fang giggles as I fake like I'm on a soccer pitch. I want to do more thinking, self-reflecting. This entire year has been one of the best in my life. And I want more of them like this. But with you gone, I'm going to make them good on my own, you know? I get you. I pull Fang closer, my chin resting atop her head. So, not breaking up? No, just a break. She giggles again. Yeah, a break sounds right. Not breaking up, just taking a break. Plus, I'm not leaving for a few weeks. Fang perks up. True, that's a few weeks to cram in all the cuddles I'll be missing. Cuddles are cuddles. Fang's grin is just shy of mischievous. On the bed, now. I'm collecting on those cuddles right now. Yes, ma'am. "5 years later. July 17th. Year 201 M, 2025 BC. BC. This makes no sense. Volcano Bluffs. Weather conditions, hottest hits. The evening sun is boiling hot, and I'm reminded of one of the myriad of reasons why I first loathed living here. The sweat dripping in my eyes makes it difficult to see anything within 5 feet in front of me. Like a run of a tree planted in a sidewalk that I swerve to avoid. The air is hot and humid, and I can feel my body grow heavier as I get closer. I can't determine if it's from the sweat soaking my clothes or the welling trepidation inside me. It's been 5 years since I've seen anyone here. I've kept in touch with all of them, but to see them again in person, it's the sounds that reach me first, the chatter of people milling about. Bro, it's been too long. It was only 5 years. I can make out the building now. I used the sleeve of my shirt to wipe the sweat from my eyes and brow. I look at the name written on the arc over the entrance. Volcano High. Still the perfect setting for a horror game, or maybe a shitty wad. The attempt at humoring myself just made me feel more anxious. A check on my phone says I'm 30 minutes early. Wonderful. I move to the entrance, only to see all of the steps occupied by 20-somethings waiting. Yo, this line. Nothing but a Chad, let me tell you. Is this drawn differently than how it was before? I'll check and see. Jesus Christ. Annan, a hobo raptor at the top of the steps, pulls his oversized shades down to peer at me. Annan, what's up, dude? I immediately recognized his voice. Hey, Reed, what's happening? You seem to certainly have changed. Why do you look like... I don't want to sound rude or anything, but... You look homeless, Reed. What? Dude, I'm not a hobo. I'm the richest raptor in the world, guy. I think Reed's lost his mind. What'd you say, man? Nothing. No idea what you're talking about. So, how did you get to become the richest raptor in the world? You wouldn't believe it, man. See, it all started with... Reed proceeds to run his mouth off about a bunch of gibberish. I cannot understand anything he's saying. I think I heard pharmaceutical business at one point. He's getting us all addicted. God damn it. And then I was brought here by the birds, dude. Whoa, what have you been up to, man? You look like you haven't changed a day. It's not as exciting as your story, honestly. I just went off to college, got my bachelor's, and now I'm just a sound engineer. Sounds pretty sweet, dude. We stand there for a moment in the blazing heat. Dude, it's fucking hot out here. You want to get inside? They got drinks and shit. Definitely, I need some air conditioning. We quickly moved along to the gymnasium. Man, it really hasn't changed. Takes me back. Yeah, it takes me back too, man. Hold on, have you signed in yet? No, didn't know I had to. Reed gestures to the sign-in table. The clerk is crouched behind the table, sorting through a box. I go over to write in my John Hancock, and the person behind the counter stands up. My nose is assaulted by the pheromones of perfumes that probably cost more than a year's salary. Oh. Oh, Annan, you made it. Yeah, I did. Well, I've been treating you well. Oh yes, just last year I moved in with my dear Kanye-saurus. What the fuck is this world anymore? Real shame about his last presidential run. Man, I wish. Oh, he got over it. There's always 2028, baby. Presidential Yeezys shall rise again, he says. What the fuck? That reminds me, have you seen Nazar's college posts? He got top marks on his last exam. No, I lost touch with him about 3 years ago. Sorry, how about work then? I haven't been working, mostly staying back at home and looking after the kids. Sounds like you've got a pretty good deal going on. I turn around to see a short line forming behind me. Sorry to keep you so long, I'll get out of here. Thanks for catching up, Annan. When I'm done, we can chat more. I go rejoin Reed, and we enter the gymnasium together. The setup is rather similar to that prom night all those years ago, albeit without the foreign decor. Young men and women mingle with small drinks and party foods across the floor. Man, those look good. Come over here, I'll get you a drink. Hum me. I follow him over to the minibar. Trish is sitting in one of the seats, huddled over an empty glass. Rosa is pouring drinks for the few other drunkards when she spots us approach. Oh, Annan, it is great to see you after all this time. Please sit and talk a while. Trish, glad we found you here. She looks up from her sulking and her face lights up at the side of us. And it's been years. Trish, Rosa, glad we found you here. Come on, man, we've been texting this whole time. Reed flashes 2 fingers at the barkeeper, who sets out a few glasses. Yeah, good to see you too. Why are you looking so gloomy over here? She has been telling me about how it is the end of her world. It's nothing that serious, just workplace drama. What, your employees raise another beef with the concept of horn piercings again? No, this time it's with the engraving tools. Wait, oh. Okay. They're telling me people would rather go to the dentist with all the drills we use. And mostly with my designs for hollowed out horns. Rosa instinctively rubs her own horn. Hollow? Of course, I even got in contact with a sculptor and figured out how to make them whistle in the wind. Reed leans in to whisper in my ear. One of the designs sounds like Road Warrior. I shudder at the image. Don't knock it, my satisfaction rate is a clean 100%. The only problem is getting people to be willing to try it. Sounds like there's a lot of risk there, yeah. It's not even that bloody. I only hire the best. Bloody? What, never had a piercing before? Same thing. Reed shakes his head. Anything more than a regular piercing is an abomination before our Lord. I finish my drink and Reed downs his in one shot, tossing a few dollars on the counter. I look up to see the one person I'm most anxious and excited to talk with again, approaching. Fang, you're here. Well, damn it, Anna, I told you to stop calling me that. Isn't that the name Lucy used back in senior year? Yeah, I think it was. Come on, you'll always be Fang to me. Lucy covers her eyes with her hands. You haven't changed a bit, I swear. Come on, get over here. I'll order us all another whatchamacallit of drinks. It's on me, the richest raptor in the world. Reed cheerfully throws his arms up as he shouts out a prolonged world. Sure, thanks. I can't have too much, though. I'm the event organizer and all. Sounds like a tough break. Wait, I thought you were the music teacher here. I'm getting there, still working with Mr. Jingo until he retires next year. Until then, I'm a teacher's assistant. Alright, I see. I take a quick glimpse around the room and fail to see any large ape man. I feel like we're missing someone. Where's Spears? I could have sworn he would be here. Nah, man, he's gone. I saw him on TV the other day, though. Was he giving a speech or something? Sort of. He does commercials for car dealerships now. He's built a reputation for his gimmick of wrecking a car every ad he does. So easy a caveman could do it, I guess. I see. Oh God, I thought that was a joke about slamming people into cars. The hours reconnecting with my old friends pass surprisingly quickly, and the time eventually comes for everyone to go home. Lucy excuses herself from the group to go give the closing speech. She goes up on stage and tests the microphone, getting everyone's attention. Alright everyone, it's been a wonderful night. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Please start finding your designated drivers or calling up the taxi driver. We will be locking the doors at 3. She puts the mic back on its stand and jumps off stage. Reed pats my shoulder. You got a ride home, man? I can walk, but thanks. Lucy returns to the minibar, where Rosa is waiting with the rest of the last of the alcohol. There it is. Alright, great seeing you guys. I'll bounce. We should all meet again for lunch sometime. Yeah, absolutely. It's been forever since I've been in town. Would love to get a tour of what's new. You got it, man. See ya. Bye-bye, Reed. Actually, I should get going too. Don't want to get stuck in traffic. You've had the most to drink out of all of us. You gonna be alright? She raises a smug eyebrow and starts walking to the exit.
Hey, what's going on, crew? Chilling. About to go to work. Hanging out. Still reserve. 211. 8.1. What you know about that? Probably tons. Wake up in the morning, get my mind straight. Play with the little kid pics.
See you guys. Come visit me too, Anon. Stella and I would love to have you. More people trickle out of the room until it's just Lucy and I. Naomi gives a thumbs up to Lucy through the door to signal that everyone else has left. Thanks, Naomi. Couldn't have organized this without you. Oh, don't worry about it. It was nice getting to act like a class representative again. The plastic persimmon waves and lets the door swing closed with an echoing clang. So, just the two of us. Damn you, Annan, and damn you, Bill Withers. Still got it. Yeah. Lucy holds up a plastic bag that clinks with each shake. I was going to offer you the last of these, but... Hey now, let's not let those go to waste. Her smug grin and laugh says enough. Rooftop, now. She leads the way through the darkened school hallways and stairwell. I can picture all the old posters from my time here along the walls. Oh hey, they finally replaced the door. And I guess they fixed the fence. Thank goodness. The door is booted open and the night air has finally cooled down to something breathable now. I turn to the ladder on the side of the stair enclosure and climb up. Lucy hands me the bag and makes her own ascent. From our new vantage point, we can see all of the town lit up. And with the stars above and no moon, I would say the view is picturesque. Oh, you gonna hog the drinks? I take out a pair of bottles, using one to pop the cap off the other. Show off, they're twist-offs, you know. To prove her point, she takes the capped one and simply twists its top off. Oh, my ego. Anyways. A toast to adulthood, and to Fang, I guess. To stable employment. We tap our bottles together and chug the sweet ambrosia down. I needed this. Huh? I'm already handing her a second bottle, knowing that she'll finish her first with her next chug. Guess you've been busy. Dealing with teens is a fucking nightmare. There's this one brat, Kenny. The little shit has broken 2 trumpets already. Can't be that bad. Well, you see, it happened during band camp. Lucy's rant went on for what felt like an hour. Though, judging by the pile of beer bottles, it couldn't have been more than 20 minutes. At the fucking dance of all places. What? Sounds like us, honestly. Bullshit. For real, you were just as bad. Lucy's elbow finds its familiar spot at my side. Nuh-uh. Yo, Fang. She groans and hides her face in her knees. Why the fuck was I so edgy? Trish. Okay, maybe we were that bad. That's life for you. And you can't deny it. I'm not gonna continue on with that. She sighs and relaxes. Her legs stretch forward and she leans back on her arms. Yeah, that's life. I mimic her pose and find myself staring at the small dots spreading across the night sky. Teacher at your alma mater. Wasn't really expecting that, you know. Okay, school or university that a person has attended. That's what an alma mater means. And you as a sound engineer? I figured you'd be making a sex bot or something. The self-cleaning subroutine never worked right. We chuckled together. Hey, Lucy? I keep my eyes on the stars, even when Lucy turns to look at me. I can feel heat creep across my face. I got a contract with the studio here. I'm thinking, since I'll be here for a good while, how about we get some dinner sometime? You know, together. I look at Lucy at last. Her face is turned back to the sky, but there's a dusting of pink across her cheeks. I would. I totally would, Annan. But I've got work like you wouldn't believe. Well, if it's too much. However, something covers my hand. A quick glimpse down and I see it's Lucy's atop mine. I've got time in the morning. So how about breakfast? I smile. Is that a date then? I don't know. Is it? Lucy turns back to me and smiles. It is then. You're such a dweeb. I know. That didn't stop Lucy from shuffling closer until our legs were pressed together. That didn't stop Lucy from leaning her head on my shoulder. I grin and wrap my arm around her shoulder. Feels just like old times, honestly. Like no time has passed since I left Volcano Bluff. I guess I never did say goodbye to Volcano High. Thanks, now my face is forever stuck in a cringe, Annan. Way to ruin the moment, Fang. You ruined it first with your mumbling. Fix it then. You ruined it, you fix it. Fine, I will. My hand cups her cheek gently. Lucy smiles and leans in. I miss this feeling. Our lips meld together as we embrace just like we were teens again. Ending 404. Fast Times at Volcano High. Oh my God. Why is he there? Why are you here? Don't perv on me. Man, look at... You have unlocked all bonus chapters. Yeah, we'll be looking at all of these. But that will be all. And until then, I'll do the bonuses later. But let's just call this the finale, and then that will be a bonus episode. Until then, I'll see ya for whatever it is I do. You don't give a shit. Bye-bye.